Yeah, my daddy. Can you do it for me, pretty please? Do you mind? Excuse me. All right. Peace, love, health, and wealth. I'll try. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from, you guessed it, the 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm coming to you on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center. Hold on, let me turn this off. I'm coming to you on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center, where the heart is the center for healing. Understand that when you come here, this is 5 day for the soul, chicken little soup for the spirit, Manny and Petty day for the ego. Understand that this is a hard head area and self development is the construction site. So, with that being said, if you would like to inquire about any of my services, you may do so by checking the description box below. All right, in the description box, you will see all pertinent information as it relates to the channel, contact information, donation information, all of the above. Okay, so we have a very special live today. The theme of today's live is what's coming towards me or what's coming my way, right? Um, just really quick, I am going to probably pull 3, 4 different cards or decks, maybe. Um, current energy or Oh, first of all, let me say this. What's coming my way? Okay, I gotta get a disclaimer that we are looking for anything, right? People, places, and things, situations and circumstances, whatever, so have you. Okay, so with that being said, of course, you already know if it don't apply, then you gotta let it fly. You know what I'm saying? We are going to start off with current energy, just to see just the general energy of, if it's going to be a situation or circumstance. We might try to pull some clarity if we need to, and then I would always love to do a best course of action. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a way I can incorporate another message in there somehow, but I don't know. I guess I got to study more. But let's just go for what we know. All right. So we're gonna start off with the rider waiter rider weight deck. You know what I'm saying? Can you give me a heads up so I can mute? It's all good. It just it's hard. I'm fried, so it's hard for me to think and you know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't even necessarily got to mute. I just don't want to overtalk you. All right. So people, places, and things, situations, and circumstances. All right. People, places, and things, situations, and circumstances. We are going to be looking for people, places, and things, situations, and circumstances. Hopefully, this message comes out and is able to provide some sort of guidance and or help for someone. Please double tap the screen, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of you coming in and you know, help me boost me in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Help other people receive this message. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So the card is about ready. Oh, we just had one flip out. Okay, as soon as I said the Emperor card, okay. All right, so I think since this card flipped out, I'm gonna go ahead and close this deck. The Emperor is the number 4 card of the Major Arcana. The Major Arcana is it represents like big life changes. It represents like themes that people go through or like chapters people go through in their life. And so when you get the what's his name again? The Emperor card. Sorry, I was checking the chat. When you get the Emperor card, remember you got to look at the number first and then you look at the symbolism in the card, okay? So the number 4 the Emperor carries the energy of 4, which is stability, right? Okay. So remember, whenever we dealing with stability, we thinking about long-term success. We thinking about having a solid foundation, and naturally, the emperor is an emperor, meaning he is a person in a position of power, if you will. And because of him being in a position of power, um, because he's a leader and he's in a position of power, his focus is going to be unlike any others, right? The emperor or people who's, presidents and even like judges, stuff like that, people who are in positions of power have very unique um situations and circumstances because they deal with things that we don't normally deal with. Speaking of the average Joe, they deal with things on the everyday that we don't necessarily deal with. Um, so what I would say is that this could be an opportunity, a situation or a circumstance. Who is that? Midnight. What's up, Neon Bright? What's up, Neon Bright? If that's your real name, what's going on, y'all? Sorry, the chat on my phone froze, so when I be reading, I be forgetting to check. All right. So what's coming your way? All right. So either there's a person who could carry the energy of an emperor, right? Maybe this might be like our divine masculine counterpart, or this could be saying that this could be a situation or a circumstance where we could be called to step up into a leadership role, whether that's parenting, whether that's in a friend circle, or maybe even in a job. Um, the emperor is here to I won't say maybe I don't know how to describe it. All right, so let me actually I'm gonna pull two more from this deck and then we're gonna move forward. All right. So the second card that we have here is the Hermit card. Okay, so we starting off with two major arcana cards. Um, the first one was the number 4. This one is the number 9. The number 9, remember, denotes some sort of fulfillment. Okay, so the Hermit is a situation or a circumstance where a person isolated themselves, withdrew from whatever wasn't necessary, right? And they really had a talk, I guess you could say, with God or themselves, or they talked to the man in the mirror And a hermit was a situation or a circumstance where a person went within, they was honest, they was truthful, and they came out of whatever it was, right? Meditation, whatever it was, they came out on top with progress. And now they're being divine. Well, I guess you could say it that way. They're being guided by a divine light, right? So whenever we are reading tarot cards, welcome to Sacred Self Healing Center's Tarot School for the Sacred Emissaries.com. Whenever we reading the tarot cards, whenever a person is facing to the left, right? Double tap that screen, y'all, please. I see we got a couple people here in the chat. Whenever the card is facing left, right? The person is facing left, it represents a situation or a circumstance where they're going into the past, or they're going to a situation maybe that wasn't ended, or maybe they're going back to like their hometown. You understand what I'm saying? But it represents a person going back to complete something before they move forward. Okay. Whenever a person is facing to the right, that means that they're moving forward, right? They're leaving things behind, etc. When a person facing you directly, like the two of swords, it means that we facing ourselves 1v1, right? We had a pause, we had to stand still. All right. So the hermit represents a person who has healed and is now going to accomplish some things, but more wise. Okay. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say real quick, which is whenever you see the gray hair in tarot and stuff like that, it doesn't always necessarily have to do with age, even though it could be an indicator that lets you know who and what you're dealing with. But in general, in simplest terms, when you see gray hair, long beard, stuff like that, it represents wisdom. All right. It represents wisdom, father time, chronos, all that good stuff. Okay, so the third card that we have from the Rider Waite deck today in our collective reading on what's coming my way is going to be the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a minor arcana card, which represents a situation or a circumstance where a person is either embracing the opportunity and or receiving recognition for skills. Okay. Um, the three is closer to one than it is to 10. So that means that this situation or circumstance um will be a catalyst for growth, right? Remember the three of Pentacles is growth and expansion through teamwork. All right. Growth and expansion through teamwork. Okay. So if I can pull a message before we move on to the other deck, what I see here is that you're the emperor, right? And or you could have manifested the emperor, right? Um, one theme that's carried here that's connecting the cards for me is the mountain range, being on top of a mountain. You understand what I'm saying? On top of the mountain is his throne, and he's descending from the mountain, right? But upon his ascension upon the mountain, he became larger than life. And the reason why is because he went within again. I can't keep always saying within himself, but maybe in this case, because of the isolation of the hermit, he went within himself, balanced his elements, balanced his chakras, ask questions and receive them from spirit and or whatever you want to call it, subconscious, whatever. And now again he's being guided through this next chapter um with the guided with a divine light. Okay, so I am the emperor. I have stability, I have power, I have healed. Now I'm looking to grow and expand again. How do I grow and expand again? I come off of my throne, right? I descend down on the mountain, right? I mean descend down off the mountain, and then I show and prove my work. What I'm hearing is that when you say what's coming my way in tarot, we're going to encounter a situation, a circumstance to where The work that we've been putting in, the positive affirmations, the books, the videos, the tarot cards we've been reading, we've been asking for something from spirit, right? And now we're going to get it, whether it's a job, whether it's a lover, whether it's whatever, right? We're going to get it. But remember, the three here is about teamwork. And when we are dealing with teamwork, everybody has to do their part. All right. Um, what I feel intuitively is that this is going to be a situation, circumstance for us to show our growth. All right. In particular, I believe the growth is going to come in the area of like saving money, um, being able to build a foundation for the future. What I'm hearing here is that maybe some of us had to catch up on bills or whatever the case may be. And now we feel like we got to start from scratch. We made it through the holiday season, all of that stuff. Um, the theme of getting a second job, I've been hearing that a lot lately. I don't know if that's going to be the end all be all per se, but I do think for some that could be an option. For others, doing some sort of like freelance work and whatever could be exactly what we need. You understand what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get to best course of action. And then I am probably going to do like a bonus oracle card. It's been a while since Baby Jack has been on the channel. Y'all say hi to Baby Jack. All right, y'all say hi to Baby Jack. Um, my other deck is on the TV stand. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to best course of action. Mm-mm-mm. Finger roll. What's up, y'all? Y'all, why y'all ain't talking to me? Talk to me. I talk back. I see y'all in the chat. What's up? We still only stuck with 2 likes. What's happening? We ain't got no green hearts in the chat. If y'all taking notes and everything, cool. I'll spare you then. But if you ain't taking notes, you ain't doing nothing. Come on, man. Why don't you drop some hearts in the chat or something so the message can get, you know, to more people, more folks. All right. So for those who just tuning in, I just seen the numbers change a little bit. We are diving into what's coming my way, okay? So right now what I see is that this is the beginning of the reading is a confirmation that like emotional stability, um confidence especially has been on the forefront maybe for the last couple weeks, maybe even for the last couple months, but we've been working on our confidence. We've been working on our mental fortitude, our ability to be cool, calm, collected, and to make conscious decisions. Okay. So whether it was through a dream, through meditation, through prayer, by accident, maybe watching a billboard, we received instructions or there are instructions coming for us, right? If I can, speak prophetically. The hermit card is telling me that we are going to have to come down off of our throne as the emperor, right? Um, and really get busy right now. Really show and prove. That Three of Pentacles is here. It is. I don't know. We in the bull market yet. I don't know. We in March, so probably March, April, May. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we got 2 cards that just flipped. All right. So best course of action, movement. Okay. Movement. Okay, so the first card that we have here, our best course of action is moving forward. What I feel as though is that we've been in a situation or a circumstance where we have been void of love. Okay. Uh, the love that is within us and or the environment is frozen, right? And when you deal with frozen resources, right, no matter what they are, um, it makes for a very tough time, rough time, where you could feel isolated and alone. But that's okay, right? Because this is best course of action. So the best course of action would be to move forward from any situation or circumstance where either you feel like you've been put on ice or like there's like no emotional connection. You feel isolated, targeted, and alone. Um, Again, when we dealing with this, the cards, we gotta read between the lines, right? Meaning that we gotta look at the symbology, right? So whenever we are in a cold, desolate environment, that represents the fact that we had a pause, we had a standstill, we had a moment of conflict, maybe even a crossroad, if you will. And when you're talking about in terms of this being a pinnacle card, the Pentacles is saying that some sort of resource has dried up, whether it's love, whether it's attention, whether it's money, whether it's time, whatever it is you or whatever the things money can buy, cars, clothes, whatever. Um, Something is telling me to say to withdraw resources. Because I feel like sometimes even when we realize that a situation or circumstance ain't necessarily what we bargained for, we still have a tendency to give, right? And that's where that's actually the next card, which is the Six of Pentacles. But right, the Six of Pentacles ain't nowhere to be found right now. We focused on the five, which is being able to get to the Six of Pentacles. And in order to get to the Six of Pentacles, you're gonna have to go through lying, cheating, um uh lonely nights. You're gonna have to go through it, right? Remember the fives is conflict loss. um in this case it could even indicate some sort of like sickness or something like that. You said you did. Let me catch up to the chat because I've been talking. My bad, y'all. Y'all know you said you've been through it. You said you've been going through it, huh? Well, luckily the Five of Pentacles is not a card that's in the current energy to come, right? When we say what's coming my way, luckily the Five of Pentacles is not up here, right? We do get a Pentacle and we get the Emperor. No, the Emperor is an air card. But is the Hermit there? It's another air card. Is the Hermit an air card? Let me check my notes, y'all. I be forgetting stuff. Is the Hermit? Yeah, the Hermit is an earth element. Okay. So we do have some earth element energy here in the reading besides just this. But I just don't want to harping on it because it's not technically what's to come. It's basically telling us that maybe we've been stagnant. Maybe we've been at a standstill. Maybe we've been seeking answers, right? Maybe we've been trying to gain our bearings. Maybe we've been trying to come up with a game plan. That number four is telling me that we is giving me planning energy, right? Um 4 plus 9, 13, 4, reduced down to 4. The two major arcana cards reduced down to 4. Okay. Um, yeah, man. Again, this Emperor and this Hermit, I feel like these is two aspects of ourself. And I feel like when we come down off this throne and we answer the call, we might it might be a long journey. It might even be lonely. But we can't focus on that, right? We got to focus on why we're being called to the situation and circumstance in the first place. And what's telling me that is the why. Remember, sometimes they kind of hide divination tools in the cards, and we got to really pay attention, right? So this staff here really is a representation of the wand, right? And we already know the wands is very tall, so that's what I'm saying. Like if you notice how big he is compared to these are mountains, right? So remember, he's looking left, meaning he's coming down off the mountain to help people. He's coming to clean up something maybe that was left open in the past, maybe. And he's coming to save somebody, or he's just coming to, to clear some cords and to move forward, cut some cords and move forward. All right. But again, we're being called to come down off our throne, right? And we are required to be guided by light through this ordeal. Okay. The moment we step away from light, I don't want to curse nobody, right? But when we step away from the light that or the information that we download to guide us, then things can kind of get topsy turvy. But as long as we stay disciplined and stick to again why we're being called to showcase our skills, right? Then we're gonna be a-okay, right? Remember, no cutting corners, right? When you focus on the prize, then you mess up, right? All right, hold on. I gotta readjust. My leg is hurting. I ain't been stretching lately. All right, so the second card that we have here in the best course of action, in addition to the five of pentacles, which I interpret as moving forward from a bad environment, right? The second card we have here is the High Priestess, right? So the High Priestess again, just like the Hierophant represents like the spiritual institution. Okay, I always got to get this warning because there's a lot of readers that sell people short on the High Priestess, and they just say, "Oh yeah, you psychic, your intuition, trust your intuition." Yeah, girl, he cheating on you, right? The high priestess, if you notice, she got on a uniform. If you notice, she got ancient scrolls in her hand, right? In some decks, it's like tablets, scrolls. You know what I'm saying? In this one, it's a scroll. And so, what that represents is she has ancient knowledge of the universe, aka the subconscious, right? As above, so below, within, without, whatever, right? So, it has studied the fabric of reality, the fabric of the universe. This is not a person that just woke up one day and say, "Oh yeah, I predicted something," or "I knew something was going to happen," or "I think somebody got this card recently." Did Black get this card recently? If Black got this card recently, then we need to talk. But damn, that just threw me off. Well, I guess it ain't throw me off. I guess I'm right where I need to be then. All right. So when we're talking about the high priestess again, the high priestess represents a certain level of mastery of the subconscious, of the clairs, of the physical body, and the spiritual side, right? If you understand what the number two represents, it represents duality, right? So this is a person who has mastered the second dimension, whether that's internal, external, as above, so below, you and me, myself, and I, whatever it was, this person has mastered it. Okay. So if you are a person who sees the high priestess a lot, understand that this might be a call for you to step up your spiritual game. Okay. Remember, we can't get complacent. I don't even care if we can predict lottery numbers or we can manifest winning a lot of whatever, right? Um, Knowledge and wisdom is something that's obtained. It's not something that you're necessarily born with. Uh, you can it's different ways to access it, but it's not necessarily something that you were born with. All right. So let's go ahead and get to the bonus card. And it's going to come from the Sacred Spirit Reading Card deck by Anna Starks. All right. So hopefully we can have a message congruent to the message that we just had, or whatever. But we'll see. Let me check the chat while I ain't even facing the TV. I turned the whole other way. Let me check the chat real quick. Let's see. What's up, Midnight? What's going on, chat? Is this the green Chevy? Is this the green Chevy? Let me see. Report channel. Midnight. Why? Terroristic threats. I'm just playing. I ain't reporting you for terroristic threats. Oh, okay. He said it was that. Okay. And this is that. That bitch wrong, man. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That bitch wrong, man. And that's funny that I said what I said. It's funny that I said what I said too. And you right here in my face. That's funny as hell. Boy, but that boy KP sharp, boy. That boy right there, boy, that boy sharp right there, boy. Dirty boy. Dirty rice. Hey, the only thing I just say is, man, just tell them I'm the real thing, man. That's all I say. Just tell them I'm the real thing. Tell them, say I'm the real thing. Say KP the real thing, and he got a good heart. Tell him that. 23. Lead the way. Light your own path. that's that's funny because lighting your own path, that goes along with what I was just saying. Like whatever this thing is that's going on, whatever the situation and circumstance that's coming down for us right now, we are the emperor, or we carry emperor energy, right? You can't wake up and change your gender, right? We are the emperor, or we think with that we got that right brain and I mean that left brain energy on deck, right? Now whether it's sharp or not, that's another thing. But this hermit card is saying that spirit is calling us, spirit is guiding us somewhere. And it might be something to deal with the past, okay? But we got to come down off our high horse and kick it with the humans and help solve some problems for a while. I don't know if that's going to be like somebody starting a channel or something like that, but we are being called to come and heal, right? Everybody has a natural ability to do things, but are you ready? Can you do it successfully over and over and over and over again? And I really feel like that's the test right now. I really, really feel like that's the test. Can we do what we need to do when we need to do it, how we need to do it? All right. So the best course of action again is going to be the Five of Pentacles. This Five of Pentacles is telling me that we need to move forward from whatever this bad environment is, not waiting for another. I know a lot of people, they don't I'll say this, they don't fully close the door until another one open. And I feel like it's only but so many times you can get lucky with that. At some point you're gonna have to stand on your own. Like I ain't gonna lie, for me in my life, I've been homeless all my adult life and most of my all of my teenage life as well. I've been homeless, right? And what the last a couple years ago, I hit rock bottom. I've been more homeless than I ever been. I had been homeless, but not like how I had been recently. I might have had a couple dollars in my pocket. Yeah, I might have had some food stamps, but man, it was cold. Man, it was cold. And I don't mean cold like the weather, but it did get chilly. You know what I'm saying? Like your boy KP was fighting raccoons for bread, y'all. They broke in my tent and stole my pears. You know what I'm saying? Like I was out there like that, like fighting raccoons for food. They would man, they would break open my man. One time I caught one in the middle of the night while I was asleep. I just seen a little hand. I heard I just saw a little black hand just grabbing shit. I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. But but I still got up every day. I still showered. I did yoga. And I still looked for opportunities, man. I did. I didn't give up. I didn't start back drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually I smoked me a little bit of weed, but shit, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It was way worse things that I could have been doing besides that. But you know what I'm saying? I bought me a motor. I tried to put it on my bike so I can go do some DoorDash. And then when I was grinding, right, doing whatever I could do to survive, I was blessed. I remember one morning, somebody gave me a crispy $100 bill. I didn't even know the person. And he gave me his phone number. And he said if I ever need him. You know what I'm saying? Type situation. Like he ain't just put some words of encouragement, or he even gave me his phone number. You see what I'm saying? Like when I was at my so-called worst, when I was down and out, when I was fighting raccoons for food, I came up on money to where I can pay my credit card off and rent a car and do DoorDash. And then I got a job. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't just be coming on here talking just to be talking. Like I really, when you talk about not knowing who you are, when you talk about not knowing where you gonna go, not knowing if food gonna run out soon, or not knowing if you gonna even have some food, because there's been times where you got to ration portion. Times it's like you know that's my last can of soup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if everybody been through stuff like that, but it's been times where if it wasn't for food stamps coming in the next day, KP probably would have been somewhere wasting away. If it wasn't for people donating me, buying me food when I didn't have no food stamps, I don't know where I'd be right now. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I get that testimony to say, we gotta, no matter how bad things look around us, no matter how much we think we got or don't got, when things get tough, we can't stop at the stop sign like it's a red light. No, we sit here, we look both ways a couple times, we analyze, and then we move forward. You know what I'm saying? And if I can leave anybody with anything, man, is that when you get caught and you get guided, go do it. Don't give up. Don't pause. Right? Back to the cards though. The Five of Pentacles, and then we got the High Priestess card here, man. Again, to me, this is saying that not only are we answering the call and we moving forward from a situation or circumstance we know is not healthy, but we also have to put ourselves first, right? And we gotta master whatever it is, the intuition, wherever the intuition leading us, whatever, right? But I feel like this is a call to mastery, right? 57 energy. I mean 52 energy, the number 7. I feel like this is a call of mastery with the number 7 here. Um so that leads us to our bonus card, which is the number 23 card, lead the way. Okay, you're blah, 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 I said you're a light. Light your own path. Light your own path. Okay, so actually I'm gonna stand this one up because I want us to focus on that one right there. All right, cameraman, do your job, please. All right, there we go. 23, lead the way. What's up, Elaine? Elaine Tat. What's so significant about that name to me? E.T. Have you been here before? No? Yes? Yes, you have been here before. Welcome back. Elaine Tat. I do have a question. It's over. Oh, you've been here a few times. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. I'll never be able to keep your attention. I don't know what I'll be doing wrong. All right. So Elaine, we're gonna be done with the collective reading in 1 second. I just want to go ahead and drop this oracle for us. If you get bored or anything like that, you're more than welcome to rewind and check out some of the pertinent information. Switch accounts, YouTube studio. No, I just want to open the chat before I move forward. I don't know why YouTube make this shit so hard. Dang, YouTube be getting on my. Take me out of full screen. Open up. There it go. Open up the chat. Dang. Okay. I just want to check the chat, see if somebody came in besides you. No, Taylor, don't leave now with nah, see, 2026. You can't even say dunks like that no more, man. Where you at, Taylor, with the dunk? Nah, I ain't about to keep saying that shit. I ain't even gonna troll you like that. I was gonna troll you and keep saying dunk, but I ain't all right, man. Let me I don't know where is that. I need to make it easily accessible. All right, let me find a book real quick. Sacred SACRE. All right, let me move this to my desktop. I can't move it. Share. Open. You're the only one, the only love that's strong enough to. So please forgive me. All right, so we are looking for number 23. Lead the way. I really, really, really love this deck, y'all. I really love this deck. All right, 23, lead the way. 23. Well, 23, lead the way. Okay, so listen to yourself, light your own path. The faithful deer is a creature of deep sensitivity with heightened senses and a strong fight or flight response. The deer is always alert to the environment around them. Their swiftness is their swiftness in response to potential threats allows them to escape danger by running away at the slightest indication. Already, we already got half the message in here already, which is moving on from a bad environment, right? And the sensitivity, right? When we look at the deer, the symbology of the antlers do what? Connect what? It's like an antenna or like a dish, right? Where you send and receive messages. All right. If you notice, you see how the moon is on her head? Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. So the sensitivity and readiness of the deer requires a symbiotic relationship of trust of the physical senses. Didn't I just say with the high priestess, it's time for us to master what comes natural to us, right? The three of pentacles, skills, right? Sharpening those skills, putting those skills on display. All right, we about to cook with this one, y'all. I'm gonna try to get through. I'm gonna try not to stop too much, man. But this, I'm sorry, I be getting excited when these little things be happening because I don't be. I really shuffled the cards, and I really, I don't even think I ever read this card yet out of this deck. There's plenty. I probably only seen like half the deck, half the cards in this deck, anyways. We are conditioned through various stages of life to behave and act a certain way. I totally agree. To please family, teachers, work colleagues, and friends, and allowing them to dictate terms of our emotional well being. Five of Pentacles off top. Now, this is the time to ask yourself, what is it that you truly want or need in your life? Hmm. Previously, you may have been or appeared naive and innocent. What did I say? You go up on the mountaintop, the emperor said that this is you with stability and power. And I said it earlier. I said we've been working on our confidence and our emotional fortitude, right? I said that earlier. All right. And I said, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. And I'm gonna say it, and I said that the Hermit card is saying that it's time for us to come down off the mountain and we're being guided to bring some things into fruition, but we're going to have to put on display who and what we've been working on, right? And we're going to have, and this is not going to be an event where are going to be dealing with things on our own. Again, this is going to be a situation or a circumstance where we're going to have to help others. I'm interpreting it as help others, but we're going to have to show and prove, right? And it's not going to be something internal within us. We already did the work internal. Now it's time to show and prove so we can graduate to the next chapter or level, or be able to go ahead and close whatever it is and cut the cords, right? Because remember, the Hermit card is going backwards. That means he's coming to do something, right? Not necessarily moving forward. Is like he got a task to complete before he moves forward. All right. They have been or appeared naive and innocent. This has created vulnerable situations where you have not been able to fully comprehend your environment or the true intentions of others. Five of Pentacles. In life, facing potential threats or confrontations is necessary and something we can't always avoid. Like the deer, you may instinctively react, choosing to run away from your problems. However, this will not help this situation improve. Okay. Um, we're gonna have to put those skills on display again. Right now, you are being encouraged. Here comes, I think here's the hermit part right here, right? Right now, you're being encouraged to connect strongly to your base instincts. What does your gut tell you about this situation? Be alert. Currently, personality conflicts. It just had it had an exclamation point, so I had to escalate the situation. But be alert, okay? Currently, personality conflicts are strong and have the potential to cause emotional distress. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, right? You must decide on how you choose your approach. Here goes the Emperor, here goes the Hermit, and here goes the High Priestess. Um, do you need to face this person, or can you remove yourself from the situation peacefully? Five of Pentacles. Like the deer totem, you may need to hold a torch to others to be guided down. Listen to what it's saying. Oh my God, you cannot make this shit up. Because the hermit card is about coming down off the mountain, right? like Moses. If you think about the hermit, it's like Moses in the Bible. Okay. Um, like the deer told him, you may need to hold a torch for others to be guided down positive paths or in a direction that was previously hidden. I said it earlier. I said we're going to go back and we're going to have to help other people. It is important to assist others when they do not have a light to guide them. Oh my God, this you cannot make this up, man. You cannot make this up. Hmm. It is important to assist others when they do not have a light to guide them. Instinctively, you must learn to accept the changes in life and run peacefully with the flow of the universe. And how do you do that? Remember what I just said? Through educating yourself by by tapping into deeper knowledge and awareness. This situation and circumstance might even expose an area where we can grow. Right? For some of us, right? Once you reach certain levels, it listen, I'm gonna say this, it's only but so much information that you really need. And once you reach that pinnacle, um the only way to stay sharp is to either practice and or to teach others. You understand what I'm saying? But when you open yourself up to teach others and when you practice yourself, but you are guided to weak areas and weak spots. And this is why I just said that, yeah, there's things that we can do. We all have instincts, right? Oh no, I ain't going down to the club, man. Every time I go down there, man, they always be fighting. Well, the last time you went down there, ain't nothing happened. And then next thing you know, they go to the bar, they go to the club, and then something on the news because something happened. Or whatever, right? Or you see somebody driving crazy, you like, man, I don't think they paying attention. Right? That's your instincts, that's your gut. Or you walking down the street, right? And you can see a person with all black on and they not give and you don't even think twice. But then you can see another person with all black on and you be like, hold on now, this person is making me feel, in my stomach, in my wherever, I'm feeling something. You get what I'm saying? Um, or will you be like, I'm off today, I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and I just don't feel like it. You get what I'm saying? Those types of things is natural to everybody, right? When they say a baby know when a person bad or a dog knows when a person is bad, those things are natural. But my question is, how well can you tap into what comes natural to master it? Natural to master it. LeBron James, if he didn't go to practice, if he didn't exercise, if he didn't eat healthy, if he didn't watch film, can LeBron James possibly be good at basketball? Yeah, he could have been good. But LeBron James wouldn't be LeBron James without the hours in the gym, without all the coaches, without all the people that prepare meals for him, that packed his bags for him. You know what I'm saying? That encouraged him when he felt down. You see what I'm saying? LeBron James wouldn't be LeBron James if he didn't put in that work. You understand what I'm saying? And above her head is the number 3, which again denotes what? Growth and expansion. If you don't believe me, look it up. Symbology of the number 3 in tarot. What does the number 3 mean in tarot? Right? I don't think you got to do it, just Google it. So, man, I ain't even gonna lie. It's more that I got to get through with this reading, but man, we are being called to go above and beyond right now. And the question is that no, it ain't no question. Oh man, maybe it's another way to look at this 5 of Pentacles now and then. Because the 5 of Pentacles could indicate that we need to leave our own bitterness and coldness behind to step up and to be okay, so that 5 of Pentacles is saying that we might need to leave something internal behind in order to maybe it's a grudge, right? Maybe somebody cheated on you, maybe somebody lied to you, maybe somebody played games with you. But we are being called to leave those cold emotions behind. The cold emotions and the Five of Pentacles that I was talking about is internal, not external. And when we remove those negative cold emotions, then it'll open us up so we can grow and expand and balance that duality. Oh my God, this is a beautiful reading. Oh my God, this is a beautiful reading. Hmm. Open yourself up to the universe. So what I'm hearing here is that when we come down off this mountain, when we answer the call to help people to better our situation as well, we're going to have to deal with a situation, a circumstance that's going to make us feel cold on the inside. And we're going to have to numb ourselves to those old emotions and really tap into forgiveness. I feel like it's a person in our environment, people, situation, circumstance, whether it's at work, at home, whatever, who really probably deserve your forgiveness, probably deserve your attention, your knowledge, your wisdom, whatever it is, whatever the resource, right? Remember, we talking about pentacles, we talking about resources. They might actually deserve another chance. They might actually deserve you. But it's got to be some healing here. It really got to be some healing here in order to really see the truth for what it is. All right. So for some, let me update this reading. For some, this could mean that we got to totally walk away from a situation or circumstance that's cold and barren, void of love. But for others, this might be a situation or circumstance that we might need to help guide somebody through some darkness. And we're going to have to forgive them, right? Looking at this card, what I'm seeing is that there's two people who's fucked up, but it looks like one person is at least got a crutch, something to hold on to. But this other person is look like they just totally down and out. You understand what I'm saying? And I really feel like this person wearing purple was saying that that down and outness, that five energy that they've been in, is pertinated to their soul, and they starting to project it out because the crown is represented by the color purple. You see what I'm saying? So they're now projecting out so they're stuck in the loop. They stuck in the cycle. But this person, right? His foundation is love, and he still have some fight, some will left within him, right? That's the colors of the green and the orange. He still got some fight and he still got some love. But this person, I believe, is really lost, really hurting. Somebody in our energy is really hurting. And maybe now it's coming to the surface. It's actually making me feel kind of sad a little bit, actually. Let me breathe a little bit. Reality check. They can't hide no more. Okay, so we're being guided to help somebody become the high priestess. That's the true master. The true master, the true test of the master is, can you create more masters? So so maybe we're going to have to seek guidance on how to do this, but this is going to be for somebody else. We're going to have to heal somebody. Like I said, for some of us, the right thing to do is to just fully, totally walk away and then just go back to healing and mastering yourself. But this Three of Pentacles is saying that there's people. The Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles is saying that this might be people who can depend on, who's dependent on us, who might want us and need us. All right. So the shadow aspect of um the Deer card, number 23. This is how you know you need this energy into your life. Okay, so authoritarian approaches, meaning that people either approaching you or you are approaching them imbalanced, like cold, right? And I'm hearing an emperor, but is I don't want to stop just at the emperor. Remember, the emperor represents a person who has found power and they found stability in using their power, but they have become cold spiritually and emotionally. Okay. They have become cold spiritually and emotionally. So if you are finding yourself being short with people, not being like your normal self. And if you find people, okay, so this the 55th page in this deck too. So the number five, we got 555 here. Okay. So if you catch yourself being short with people, snappy to people, or you catching people being snappy with you, then that's an indication that this energy is at play right now. Another thing to look to right now in your life is if you feel like you unable to share knowledge, if you feel like a cat got your tongue, or if you feel like, you know, just maybe like there's an area of growth for you, um, this is the card for you. Again, unable to share knowledge, unable to recall and regurgitate. All right. And the last thing is avoiding conflict. Okay. If you feel like at this juncture, you feel powerless, if you feel like you are undecisive, you have an inability to address situations or circumstances in the moment, I'm sorry, then this card might be the card for you. One of my favorite crystals that I think I had one and I don't and I think somebody stole it is the Super 7. All right, that is one of the most I actually might go get a Super 7 now that I'm thinking about. I'm being called to go get a Super 7. All right, so maybe can be a thing for the collective. Maybe we can go get Super 7 crystals. All right. All right. So angel assistance. Okay. That's one of the things I really like about this deck is because it give you shadow work or shadow aspects to look out for, but it also taps you into Mother Earth with the crystal energy. And then it come through with the angels because I don't care who you are, man. If you live in the world modern day, you have some sort of idea, knowledge, something, some sort of connection with angel, whether it's just information or what. All right, so angel assistance of this card, Archangel Nathaniel. All right, Nathaniel, or determination. He is the angel of determination, willpower, and again, what? Perseverance. These are all themes that came out in the reading earlier. All right, determination, willpower, and perseverance. So the affirmation that I'm going to leave you guys with is going to be I choose my own way forward. I am a guiding light. I choose my way forward. I am a guiding light. I choose my way forward. I am a guiding light. Okay, so again, that affirmation is again confirmation of something that I guess you could say channeled or whatever earlier, right? Which is that when you come down again off that throne, you're going to have responsibility, right? And it's going to be up to you to stick to the guidance that you received to enable in order to perform as much as possible, as best as possible. And when they say I am the guiding light, again, that feeds to what I was saying about us knowing and understanding who and what we are, and understanding that we have not only the power to do things for ourselves, but we can help others, right? It doesn't take a PhD. It doesn't take this one and that one. You could just come up, like I said, even if you just want to drop a YouTube channel, you could come up here and just be nice and polite, and just sometimes just you being nice and polite will help people. Um, I'm sorry, y'all. I was checking some stuff out. All right, let me get into the chat, man. I something just happened. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Channel is lost. I'm totally blank right now. All right, y'all. So that's it, man. That's all I really got right now. I feel like I done talk a little bit too much. But yeah though, man, I'm here if anybody wanna get a quick little reading. If not, I'll go ahead and hop off. I didn't really think that I'll be on here for 60 minutes. I really didn't, but shit, it is what it is. You did. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it open for a minute. If not, I'm gonna be outie 5,000, baby. But yeah, though, man, what a beautiful reading. That was a beautiful card. All of that good stuff. All of that good stuff. You know what? I am gonna end this one because I got an idea. All right. So, with that being said, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be of service to you all. I wouldn't rather be nowhere else, but right here, right now, doing what I'm doing. And if you know what I'm about to say it with me. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it, and you better not buy that shit either. Peace. I love you. Oh boy. Hey, I'm gonna be back probably in a few minutes. I'm probably I ain't even gonna say that. I got a couple things I gotta do, so I'll be back in a few minutes, y'all.